What's good? God is good. I'm your host, Jay Did It. Welcome to Thursday Therapies, a podcast for all creatives, writers, rappers, poets, artists, activists, Sacramento community therapy session. Today, I am honored to welcome Dylan, a poet, writer, community organizer, special education teacher, and a co-founder of Rhythm and Rhymes, a creative platform that brings together poetry, music, dance, and visual art to build connection and inspire communities. Originally from the East Coast and now based in Sacramento, Dylan has used poetry as a powerful tool for healing, self-expression, and resilience while navigating his own mental health journey. Through his work as an educator and community leader, he creates spaces where people feel seen, heard, and empowered to share their stories. Please join me in welcoming Dylan to Thursday Therapies, where we bring awareness to mental health. Welcome.
Hey, Jay.
Yes. Welcome to Thursday Therapies. Thank you so very much for blessing our stage. I'm so honored to have you here because you've been doing a lot for the community, not only the community, other communities up and down California. You recently had a show up there in Eureka at the casino at Blue Lake. It was amazing. I was able to go there and watch all the artists that you brought together. It was an amazing show. Just how you put poetry with rappers and other artists, and just dance and the whole. What do you guys have, like a costume or best dressed awards?
Oh yeah, we have fun.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I actually won second place. I was surprised.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, that was dope. So welcome to Thursday Therapies. As you know, this is a podcast bringing awareness to mental health, really just showcasing who you are, letting the world know who Dylan is, share your story, your journey through mental health, and your creative side and poetry and whatever you're doing with the community. I'm going to ask you some questions and let the world get to know who you are.
Thank you so much for having me on, first of all.
Yes.
Like, this is so important, and I love what you're doing here with this show, and I hope it gets out to as many people as possible.
Right, yeah. That's the whole point, is really just wanting to showcase who you are as an artist and let other artists and other people know that they're not alone. We all are dealing with our own journeys and struggles, but we're still out here trying to make something of ourselves and showing our creative side and showing up for ourselves through our mental health battles.
Well, thank you for facilitating this for everybody.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. So I'm just going to ask you some questions and get to it.
Let's do it.
Yes. So what was your childhood like, and how did it shape who you are today?
I'm an East Coast baby.
That's right.
But I lived in North Carolina, New York City, and Maine, and I as a kid I was definitely not confident. I was very shy, had a stutter, was not definitely not a public speaker. If the people I grew up with, because see all the things I've got to do now, they would be surprised.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, my family, they're teachers, but I had I had a lot of mental health issues when I was younger, and you just didn't really talk about it back then.
Right.
You don't, especially before I became an adult and discovered the poetry communities. I never understood what was going on with me, and didn't have anyone to really share what was going on with me with, because
Right.
I feel a lot of families, they're not great with communication, and
Not at all.
and
Not at all.
so you kind of feel alone, and it felt alone a lot of times when I was a kid, and but I spent a lot of time up in the tree writing and reading and that helped.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thankful as an adult I've got to go to a lot of different places though.
Nice.
And I'm in California now, and
That's dope. That's dope.
amazing.
So you said you come from a line of teachers.
Yeah, my mom's a special ed teacher.
Oh, okay.
too,
That's
and,
nice.
And I would just in high school I would go volunteer in the special ed classrooms there, and that was where I first got into it, and thought that the teachers there told me that might be something that I'd be good at. So
Really?
yeah.
That's amazing. So did you get into a lot of trouble, or you just were isolated a lot?
Yeah, well, also I didn't know I had bipolar, so
Right,
I just
right. So you went undiagnosed for a long time.
Yeah, and they threw a lot of different medications. Like they used to
Right.
just be like, oh, we're gonna try this out. And
Yeah, no, the same thing happened to
but
me. I was diagnosed with
mhm,
depression when I was 12, and they tried to put me on Prozac, and my mom was like,
mhm,
we're not doing
yeah,
that. We're not taking that. I'm not putting my
mhm,
kid on those medications.
yeah.
So it's
It's
like,
like you just gotta be tougher.
yeah, toughen it out. And sometimes I'm
Mhm,
like, okay, she was protecting me from all those medications, but at the same time, I feel like, was she protecting me from the medications, but at the same time, I didn't get the help that I really needed. So I
mhm,
kind of suffered, with my depression and anxiety, and it came out in other ways as anger, fighting a lot, and in other
mhm,
things that happened to me. So I really, even though I was diagnosed, I still wasn't getting the help that I needed.
mhm. Yeah, and kind of bounce back and forth between that like anger and then like isolation, and
Right,
then I'd be like, oh, I got all this energy, I can do
right.
and I didn't know like what was going on, and like you just had to keep going.
Yeah, no, and that's the whole thing. That's what we want to break, is like, we want people to figure out, okay, if this child is having a hard time, get the help they need. I'm not saying you necessarily need to go put them on a whole bunch of medications,
Mm,
but as an adult, knowing now, I know that some medications do work,
mhm,
for the time being. You don't have to be on them forever, but it
mhm.
does balance you out. So it's just really, I guess, case by case, and
Yeah,
each person, some things work for others that don't work for some people. So,
exactly.
but at least try to get the help. And I know that I was diagnosed at 12, but I
Mhm.
still didn't receive that help. So it just is like that stigma was really strong back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a different world, and I'm so glad that there are so many things like this where
Right.
and like the music, poetry, art scenes
Right.
that are less afraid to talk about.
Right. Yeah. No, I love it, and that's what this platform is all about. And I'm
Mhm.
glad that you're in here being vulnerable and sharing your story.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay.
when did you first discover your love for writing and poetry? You said you were up in trees reading a lot.
Oh yeah, like before I found like spoken word poetry slam scenes, like it was just me and my notebook.
Yeah.
And I wrote a lot and didn't share it with anyone, just like had to get it out somewhere.
Right.
And also just like reading too, like I would escape into books.
Yeah.
And learn.
What age were
learn
you
that
then?
way. When I first, like 8 or 9,
Wow.
I always loved writing. I used to write stories too, like,
Really?
and wrote plays and stuff. But like, um, but yeah, those poetry that was like what really helped me get out a lot of the things that I needed to.
I love that.
And
Yeah, at such a young age, knowing that you had an outlet. That's
yeah,
dope. That's dope. So, who encouraged you to use your voice growing up?
I had I had some good teachers. I remember Miss Gordon. Shout out Miss Gordon.
Shout out Miss Gordon. Yes, Miss Gordon is gonna watch this someday.
She was definitely like a cool activist too, and like taught us to speak up for what was right always, and told me that when I think I was in 7th grade, she told me I had a future as a writer, and so like I always
Nice.
held on to that. And
Oh yeah, she believed in you,
mhm.
and now you believe her.
Yeah,
That's
it
dope. I
took a long
love
time,
that.
but took a long
That's
time.
dope. No, I love that. That's dope.
Mhm.
So when did you realize poetry could become more than a hobby?
Uh, that would be when I did go on a tour with one of my friends. He was like headlining, and so I would just like open for him I got to go all through the whole East Coast up to Memphis, did Little Rock, then all up to Chicago, like, and got to see all those scenes when I was young then too. I was like 22,
Really?
and so I got to like experience all that because I had no idea, and got to meet a lot of cool people and get connected to the poetry slam scene across the whole country.
Wow.
And yeah, after that, I'm a like I was going to school to be a teacher, be a special ed teacher then, but like I always knew that would be the one of the most important parts of my life. And even if you know, because it's not, you can't pay the bills always with poetry, but I knew it was important, and I wanted to help people like they helped me when I was younger.
I love that. Yeah, be influential for sure, and pay it forward.
Yeah,
pay it forward. So, what drew you into the spoken word community at first?
So the very first show I went to, I don't know have you heard of Andrea Gibson?
No.
Oh, you got look
her up. We're gonna look her up. Andrea Gibson.
But she actually just passed like a year ago. But
really?
She was they were one of the most incredible and inspirational poets like in the scene for a long time, and they just that being the first show I ever went to, like really just let me see like what it could do like for people, and then I was always a fan of hers, and then just also, God, there's been so many different moments, like, because I've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
But like when the first things that drew me in was you know, when I was younger, I got like married when I was young at 18, and then I got divorced at 23, and like I lost my son Jeremy when he was a baby, and so just having that consistency, like being at a show, like there were the shows I was at, City Soul and Port Veritas, and some that like a weekly show where like those are like your family.
Yeah.
It's like you're just seeing people, the same people every week. It's like kind of your it's that close-knit community of people that like check on you.
Yeah, no, that's very important. Community is 100% important when you're going through stuff, and you had first of all, I'm sorry for the loss of your son. That's very hard to that's something very hard that you have to deal with. And when you are grieving, being in a community like this, a poetry community, it's because that's what brought me to this community also was you know, the loss of my mom, and people have really, you know, my first poem, you heard it last night, was about my mom, and it's just ever since then it has really warmed my heart how many people just show up genuinely for you.
And a lot of times at those places you can share stuff like you wouldn't share with your family or your friends, but like in those spaces, I don't know what it is, like if it's created in a way where it feels like a safe space, you're able to share those things and get it off your chest, and like really connect with people who care about you and see you every week.
Yeah, seriously, and don't feel any type of guilt or shame for doing so. Yeah, no, it was really good, really good. I like that. I'm gonna switch gears to mental health, your mental health journey. How has living with bipolar disorder shaped your life?
Well, not knowing what was going on with me for a long time was scary, and it always felt like you never know like when that next time would be, that you would like completely lose yourself and not be able to, like, there were times where like I couldn't speak and just like do anything, like it was so hard to just get out of bed, to move, and then it would switch, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna plan all this stuff and do all these things and like set it up, but I would never know like if I would be myself, where I had the energy to, because I wanted to do so many things, but it was like it's hard to always know when that next time is gonna be. But like over the years, I've learned like a lot of tricks and a lot of things to help me get through that and be ready and like prepared and have a toolbox of stuff, so like when it happens, it's not as bad. Yeah.
So what are some of your coping tools that you use to keep balanced?
Well, definitely, I've been trying to write like some writing every morning to like be consistent, like a daily goal like a daily like gratitude thing, which sounds corny, but
that's
but
not corny.
like,
That doesn't sound corny at all. No, a lot
but
of
it's
people
like,
take life for granted and the small things for granted. And when you stay grounded and you voice or write down what you're grateful for every single day, it just makes life so much easier. That's not corny at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at all. I stay gratitude. I have a gratitude and do my prayers every day too.
Yeah, that's what cool. I don't know. It's like being as an adult now. You're like, I just don't care if it is corny. Like when you're a kid, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. But like, if it's not corny.
It's not corny. If that's no, seriously. If that's what's helping you through your day, because so many people are out there struggling, and so many people don't take that next step to get the help that they need. There's so much stigma on mental health, and people try to make it seem like, oh yeah, that is corny. Why is he doing this, or why are they doing that, and why are they doing this? And that's what society puts on mental health, and that's what society puts out there to feed people. So they don't get the help, to keep them down. So you got to do whatever works for you to help you through that day, through that moment. Even some people have to live moment to moment because life is hard and people go through some things. And like you said, you don't know when the next up and down is coming. You just don't know. And that's like the same thing with depression too, because some things might trigger it. You just never know. And then you feel completely flat, but you got to continue to know that there's coping skills to help you to manage that.
Yeah. The biggest thing I've learned is also don't wait till it gets past that point where you're not able to really help yourself. You gotta like proactively have like those plans in place, like have those people you can call. Maybe like I've tried therapy, like therapists like a lot of times, and sometimes it's hard finding that person. It's almost like dating. You gotta find,
no, it
like,
is.
You gotta find that person like
really
you
is.
feel okay talking to.
No, I say that all the time. You gotta shop around. You gotta go with what you know, and if it don't feel right, you gotta find somebody else. And you have every right to advocate for yourself and find another therapist.
And I think and also a lot of people sometimes don't have the money or like the healthcare that covers it.
Right.
And so like that's why we also find other places that that it's not gonna completely replace certificated therapists, but like I feel like there's other forms that are just as important.
Oh yeah, a lot. There's peer-led groups, there's peer support groups, there's all types. Church, people like to go to church. There's all types of scenes out there that you can just go for that. And even if you have a safe knit community like of friends that you can talk to.
Yeah. And I don't know what like I started like a 3-on-3 basketball league. That's like therapy to me.
Yeah, no, it
like
is
getting
movement
outside
for sure. 100% movement.
And like just learning those things over time has been difficult. And sometimes like we all say stubborn in our heads to not do the things that we know we should.
Right.
But in the end, if you do them, it will help you. Like you're the person who knows you the best and like what you need.
Yeah, no, you got to keep showing up for yourself, and like you said, don't let it get too far. How do you know? Do you know when you've let it get too far, or?
Yeah, but it can be really hard to do the things that you need to do to get that help, and the actions you need to take when it's past the point where you have the drive and the ability to get them done, because you're so in that depressive swing. And so it helps to get on it before. But like a lot of times I've seen like, oh, it's coming up to that point, I'm gonna remember that like what I've learned and get to it before then.
It's like you learn with each episode, because you know how it felt the last time. You don't want to go back to that. I get it, because I dealt with the same thing, and it's like I have to force myself to get up and go to the gym. I have to force myself to get up and make sure that I eat, or simple things like that that you have to do. It's almost like a ritual so that you don't fall backwards into that. So I get it 100%.
And there's like always hopefully you know, have that one or two people or family or friends that like know you, and they'll be like, nah, you gotta
check yourself.
Yeah,
That's right.
like
check
you
yourself,
said.
check your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
I say it all the time, and that's really what it's saying, is because you have to check yourself before you fall off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's easier said than done, and we always say get help, get help, get help, but at the same time, sometimes it can be so debilitating that you just, all you do is just have to ride it out. You know, sometimes, you know, it's been a long time for me, but sometimes I just want to lay in bed and I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to move. I don't, you know, sometimes it's hard to even eat, but you know, sometimes you just have to ride it out and then wait, and then the next day you get that energy or whatever, and then you know, slowly but surely take a shower, nibble on something, go outside for a little bit, and then, you know, you're back to your normal self. But it's tough. Mental health is tough, you know, and each person is different. So I commend you for really, really taking your mental health into your own hands and checking yourself and showing up for yourself and creating those small little rituals of gratitude.
Yeah, it's some I don't want to have to do it, but like it's important.
Right. Yeah, no, it is. It's
like,
part of your journey.
And I think I had this one, it's like hard to talk about, but like I was like when I first got out here to California, I was 5150, like when I didn't even know what that meant, because like someone just letting know they're like I went to a hospital because I needed help, and they were just like, oh, have you ever had any thoughts of hurting yourself? I was like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah. And then I didn't know if you say that.
Yeah.
So,
but you were protecting yourself from yourself,
yeah.
and that was the smart thing to do. A lot of people think that I shouldn't do this, you know, because they're going to hold me, but they're trying to protect you from yourself and from others. It's not like they're trying to lock you up and throw away the key, you know, and it's scary in the moment, and it's scary to even think of. But it is for you to come down from that, because you don't want to hurt yourself, because sometimes you just don't know what you're doing, and it could end up in that, and then you come out of it, of your manic episode, and you don't know what happened. You know, some people can be like that. Like, I don't know what your situation was. I've had a similar situation to you, but looking back, when it happened, I was nervous, I was scared, and I was thinking all those things like, oh, they're doing this to, you know, to punish me, but it was only to save me from myself.
Yeah. And yeah, actually
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, no, I want to say that because like I've still got to do so many great things, and like be able to have a good life, like, and like people who think that they might not be able to, that you can, like, I actually have a poem about the first time I ever came to Sacramento was in a stretcher from Humboldt, like when they 50 me, and I was at a hospital here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Sacramento 20.
Oh, you're gonna have to read that poem to me. I want to hear it, and so do they. Everybody wants to hear that, because no, that's true. Like, so many people don't understand how real mental health is, and how real you really need to get help. Like, and it's okay, you know, there's places and people out there that will help you. It's scary in the moment, but you're here with us today. You're here and you're live to tell the story. You know, what was your experience like when you were on that hold?
It was interesting for sure. It's just, you never know how like not how it feels to, like, because you lose your belt, you lose your shoes, like and like everything's planned. It's like it's scary.
Yeah.
And you lose all your power until but I did meet this one. That's actually in the poem. I met this one guy who was there. It was like not the best place, but there was this one guy who was really cool, and he taught me about meditation there, and like there was this little tiny square outside that had grass on it, and we went and sat there, and he just showed me, because I didn't know about. I mean, I heard of meditation, but I didn't know what it really was.
Right,
so
it's important.
So he taught me about breathing and meditation and how that can help, and I think that can help a lot of people.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely.
It's definitely a tool for.
Looking back now, do you feel grateful for that incident and what it taught you?
Yes. Not in the moment.
Not in the moment. It's scary.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I've had a similar experience, and it's scary. Like, you think they are taking away your powers. I mean, not completely, because you're still in your mind and your body, but you don't have access to everything. Like, we do take life for granted. We take for granted all the things, like sitting here freely, creating and expressing ourselves. So we take a lot of this for granted, and without getting help, it can land us there in those places again. So that's why it's so important to check yourself.
Yeah, it's scary, like, saying it out loud to people, but it's just like, I'm at the point I'm like, I want to tell other people, so it doesn't have the power anymore, and also like to other people to know that they're not alone, and even if that happens to them, your life's not over.
Right. Yeah, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's really nothing to be ashamed of. It's a scary thing, but it's nothing to be ashamed of, because you've overcome it, and you're here to share it again. And there's so many people out there that have went through the same thing and are suffering in silence and not telling people about it, and feeling the guilt and shame of what happened to them, and continuing to feel afraid. That's why they don't get the help, because they feel like they're going to get put back into that place again, and not get the help that they actually need.
Yeah, it doesn't help repressing.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. So how has writing helped you navigate difficult seasons in your life?
There's been, I think a lot of times you live through those moments, and then like eventually it won't, it's not easy for me to write about things right as they're happening.
Right.
A lot of times it'll come out of nowhere, like 3 months later, a year later, like but then it'll just like explode and come out, like,
I love it.
Really. And but yeah, it helps you process, and a lot of times you look back at some of the things you wrote in that moment, and like you didn't even know why you needed to say it, or why you needed to get it out, but then you're like, oh, that's why I needed to to say that, or that was sometimes your own head can find things you didn't even know were there that were important.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing how you just put the words together and are able to express what you're going through, and it just helps you through it. Like for me, through the seasons, being able to write what I'm going through in that moment, like you said, sometimes it doesn't come right away, but to be able to have that connection of what happened during that time is healing.
Yeah, and just meeting also through the writing, it's like that process of finding out what you really wanted to say from whatever the start was, and then a lot of times it transitions a lot to something else that you didn't know was there. And I think workshops helped me a lot to get out some things, because a lot of times when you sit down with just yourself, it doesn't always get there, like what you need to say. But like I go to a lot of writing workshops with different people, and that's can sometimes that's sparked a lot of different important pieces that I've been able to write, because if you're just sitting in a room by yourself, sometimes you're not always gonna get the inspiration that you need. But with like really talented like workshop leaders, like they can help you find that. Yeah,
no, I get that. I get it 100%, because sitting at home writing, you're your own worst critic. So you're going to be like, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. You're going to talk yourself out of writing, instead of doing it in a workshop where you're able to share it in a crowd and then get those juices flowing, and then hearing other people's words to be able to pull from their words and add to your poem. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. We'll talk about the workshops later.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone struggling right now in silence?
You are not alone. We're that, like, I've thought about this a lot, when I was like preparing for this, and just I think yeah, finding the people, the community, whatever your like form of expression is, can help a lot. And don't give up. Keep going.
That's right.
And there's just there's so many outlets and vibrant places out in the world just you haven't seen yet. And just like
that.
finding the thing that like makes you feel alive. Like, you're gonna find it, and it's not I'm sorry, I'm like really trying to think of the right words.
It's good. You said it right now. You are not alone. Find your outlet. Get it, and tap into your creative side. And, you know, everything will line up.
I've worked with a lot of young kids in it, like some like poetry slam clubs that I've done before, and like just working in a high school, like so many young people, so many youth, like, and kids right now just feel like disconnected.
Yeah.
And that they aren't understood. They aren't. They just don't feel okay. They're not okay in their own body.
So what do you tell those kids? What do you tell your students?
I tell them, like, I actually have this poem that I do that I do to them called "Still Confidence," and it's just about just like faking it till you make it doesn't mean like you, like, that whole time, like, you think you're faking it, you're actually making it. And
right.
Like, you're just
show up for yourself. Keep showing up for yourself and doing the best you can.
Yeah, exactly. And I just love, like, seeing young people like losing that care about like what other people think about them. Right. They're so like addicted to like being seen a certain way in social media and all this, and just like
social media is a beast right now, you know, like from when we grew up as to now, it just puts so much pressure on the youth, and it's just sad. It's really sad because they're trying to compare themselves to so many people constantly on social media, and what society is trying to tell them who they need to be, what they need to be, how they need to look, how they need to sound. And instead of being their authentic, genuine self and expressing themselves for who they are, society puts that pressure on them, and it's really sad. It's really, really sad. So having influences like you to be able to, teach poetry, teach creative writing, teach people or teach the students to be their authentic self, to show up and express what they're thinking and put it on paper. That's powerful. That's very powerful. So thank you for doing that.
I just like the moments you see them lose that like fear of what all their classmates and like all their peers think of them. Right. That's the beautiful moment, and they like start to really say how they really feel on the inside, and would say things that like they never thought they could out loud, and like that they might not be able to.
Yeah, you're planting so many seeds in so many young people, and we need more of that today. We definitely need more of that today, because society and social media is tough in this time, this generation right now. So for everybody, because everybody. I could, I find myself doom scrolling, and sitting there. I don't try to compare my life to anybody else's, because I know my journey and I know what I've been through. But I do like sometimes like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. I wish, and then I'm just like, time to get off. Nope, that ain't for me.
Be like, so, J. Cole, love yours.
Yep, I love that. Yes, that's right. I'm gonna switch it up to creative journey and the community. So what inspired you to co-found Rhythm and Rhymes?
So the show that we've been doing since started in November 2023. It was I wanted to have this showcase for, it was gonna be, we wanted to have poetry, music, live music, hip hop, R&B, and like DJ music, dancing. Like we always have like live art.
Nice.
And it's just connecting all those communities and genres together. That's like one of my favorite things to do is like connecting different artists, because a lot of times they don't always intersect with each other.
Right.
And so after I hosted this a weekly spoken word open mic called Word Humboldt for 6 years.
Yeah, where was that at?
In Arcata, California.
Arcata, California, yes.
We did it every Tuesday Tuesday night for 6. We had people.
At which gallery?
I was at Northtown Coffee.
Northtown Coffee?
Yeah, it's a cool spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And we did some at Epitome Gallery too with Julia.
Yep, Epitome Gallery. Yes, shout out.
Yeah, shout out Julia.
Yes, Julia.
That was such an incredible space that I got to take care of, and like we had features from all over the world and the country come out, and we also just had some nights where we just had 20 people and all of us just sharing, but we just kept it going. And
I love it.
after that ended, I wanted to start something new, like that kind of like push that forward, that idea and like the legacy of that forward. And that's kind of how Rhythm and Rhyme started. And so like me and Gabe, DJ Pressure.
Yes,
DJ,
and shout out
Chemistry.
DJ Pressure. Shout out Chemistry. Yes, I love them.
We started like kind of putting that idea together and producing the show. And we've had so many different cool artists so far. Yeah. And so far it's only been up there in Humboldt County, but we're going to be bringing it to Sacramento this fall.
Nice.
And then the goal is also to help connect, hopefully, the artists who were like the core artists of Rhythm and Rhymes. We're going to do shows like hopefully all around California and maybe different places.
That's right. You are going to, not hopefully, you're going to do it. You are speaking it into existence. It's going to happen. And I can't wait to step on the stage in Rhythm and Rhymes. It's going to be so fun. I love that. So what impact do you hope Rhythm and Rhymes has on artists?
I just want it to inspire like the community, but also like showcase different artists' voices like that are about community and about that are like fresh and different and new, and like hopefully help them get paid, and hopefully like just bring all these different genres and different community members together in one place.
Yes,
and
I love it.
Just have fun too. Like remember
That's
to have
the
fun.
ultimate goal. Have fun, be in community, and have fun. Build, grow, uplift, and just share space and time with each other.
What was cool about the last show we did up at Blue Lake Casino in up there in Humboldt, a lot of people that might not have never ever heard like the inspiring and important words that some of our poets said. Like J-Ro and Sarai, and she writes.
Yes.
So like it was at a public space like that, and like a lot of people came in that definitely might not have never ever heard any of those ideas, and so
Right.
That's also the goal.
Yeah, in a venue like that, a casino, in a venue like that, you go to a show and you expect it to be like live music or something like that, but to be able to have the spoken word and J-Ro jumping off the stage, all up in the crowd, it was amazing. No, it was so fun. It was really cool. I loved it, the whole experience. So I can't wait for Rhythm and Rhymes to come down here to SAC. I will definitely support that. I want everybody out there to support that. Please. Tap in with Dylan. He will share his social medias at the end. So yes, tap in, and we look forward, and we'll be seeing Rhythm and Rhymes in Sacramento soon, to be determined. So how has teaching influenced your perspective on healing?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I work with a lot of students with a lot of different types of needs, and like that a lot of times the aren't really their ways of thinking, and their like thoughts aren't seen as important like to the rest of like the community or the world, and just the healing of helping them be seen and have their words matter to other people, and just I think a big part of my goal as a teacher, especially in high school, is to like connect the general ed students with my students, and like then they learn that they're not so different than them.
Not
And
at all. Not
and
at all.
also they like the more time we spend together and like integrated, the more they see like they're just their friends, they're their peers, they're just like everyone else, and they're not some other, like that. A lot of times if people are separated and not included in things,
Right.
that they'll think of. And so the more we spend time together with, and like a lot of those kids are so like they're super cool, and like they come in and they want to be there, they want to hang out with us and help us, and then they learn about our students, and just then when they're out, in the campus, like they got friends, they got people who got their back.
I love
and
that so much. That's so powerful. Like what you're doing with the community, especially the youth. Those are the people who really need to know it, because they're so influenced by society and what society says, and they shun people, who look different, or aren't shaped the same way, or don't talk the same way as you. So really during that time they make fun of it, or they it's like almost like, oh, I don't want to be around that, but you're really bridging the gap between that, and that's so powerful.
And shout out to Grant High School, because like I worked at a lot of different I worked at some different schools, and like Grant has been one of the most inclusive places, and like a lot of the kids are really like supportive of our kids, and like I love seeing that that I haven't had issues like at other places, like
really.
And
that's incredible. That's incredible. Like the impact you're having on the students, and just not even the students but the community, because these kids still have to go back home to their community, and people out in the community really are hard on other people, so just showing that the youth, that it's okay, like it's okay to have friends that are different. It's okay to, we're all human. We all are human. We all have hearts. We all live, and have emotions. So love one another.
And we're all just learning. Everyone has their own way of communicating, and like with my students, a lot of times you just kind of like in the morning I get there and I'm like think about how get into like a little bit of a different space of communicating, and then it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not. You just you continue to show up for people, and then they'll end up showing you who they truly are. And we all just want to be loved. Yeah. Everybody just wants to be loved, and that's what you're planting those seeds of love, kindness, gentleness. We all want to be included. Yeah. I love that. I love that about you. So, what have your students taught you about courage and vulnerability?
I've like worked with so many like incredible and brave kids over the years, and I've just seen some like the students I had in the poetry slam club in Garner, North Carolina. Like that was the last time before it. I loved seeing just all the like the barriers and walls break down with them. Nice. And they were able to share things that I don't think a lot of things they hadn't shared with their family, and just like had some of the most powerful poets I've ever met were those like high school kids. Wow. And we had like an all girl 5 kid poetry slam team. We went to the state slam poetry championship, and they won.
Really? That's
they
incredible.
Were just so amazing and brave, and like I still stay in contact with a lot of them, and they're in as adults now. They're like part of the poetry scene out there, and they said like having that space like help them to like just change their life, and they were able it helped them so much as adults too, like in having like the scene out there that
That's amazing.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. You're planting so many seeds in these young kids for them to be able to take it on with them, because that's powerful. You gave them a voice, and now they're able to use that voice and pass it along.
Yeah,
that's
hopefully.
incredible. That's incredible. I love that. I love that. So why do you believe storytelling and poetry is so powerful?
I think people telling their stories like we're doing
Yeah.
it just a lot of times the things that happen to us in the past like have this power over you if you don't speak it out loud, if
Right.
you don't share it with other people, if you don't if you just repress it. And but when you say it out loud in front of a bunch of people,
yeah, you got to
when
release
you say it to people, like
Yeah.
it loses that power. And I think the power of poets and storytellers and musicians and artists is just the ability to connect with others, that so they don't feel so alone.
Right.
And just to use the power of words to make us not feel so disconnected from each other.
Right. Yeah, because that's the ultimate goal in life, is we want to be loved. Mm-hmm. We want to felt wanted and needed, and we want to be able to help other people. So you're not alone. Your words are powerful. Poetry, storytelling is powerful. So how do you care for your own mental health while serving others?
So yeah, being taking on that role as someone who is a organizer of events or shows or weekly or open mics or things like that, it can be definitely emotionally draining, because you take on that you're the one curating that space. Right. And making sure that everyone feels safe.
Yeah.
And that is definitely something you cannot do on your own. You need a support system behind you, and that's something I learned from that.
Yeah, because you're carrying heavy stuff. Like every night at a poetry scene, you're listening to some heavy stuff, and being able to show up for others and make sure the space is there for others, a safe space for others, and keeping it calm, because we don't want the wrong people to come in and diminish what you got going on. So yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, the things you see across, if you do something every week.
Right. The things you see. So how do you protect your own mental health through that?
Having a team of people. You need a team of people that have the same vision as you, and because we all gonna go through our ups and downs. You can't have that same energy every week or every month, like a monthly show. And so you need the people that will support you when you're having a bad week, or you don't have that energy, and people that can communicate with you, and just have a team that'll.
I love that.
That will
back you up.
That'll back you up.
100%. A team. We all need a team. I need a team. Somebody come help me. So, what keeps you grounded when you feel overwhelmed?
Stepping outside, feeling the ground a little bit.
Yeah, no, we did when we were up there. We went to the beach and put our feet in the sand in the freezing cold water. That really does keep you grounded. Seriously, it bring you back to reality.
Yeah, and just yeah, for me, I've been trying to do that, those same writing exercise every day, no matter how much craziness is happening, or trying to and even if it's simple, I try to do one thing that I'm grateful for, one thing the goal for the day, and then one thing that I need to get off my head.
Oh, nice.
And just write a notebook. You don't even have to share it with anybody. It's just I think that helps me. Having that routine helps me stay grounded.
I love that.
And then yeah, like the scenes and communities and people here. Like I've had a lot of different ones throughout my life, but I'm thankful for this scene here now and everyone, and being able to get out there and share my word, but also like hear everyone's their voice and what their story is.
Yeah. Powerful. Very powerful. So what legacy do you hope to leave through your work?
Yeah. Just hopefully my words like will make some people feel not as alone like when I was as a kid, and just like something just make a difference with some people, and make them feel okay to express themselves in their words, and like connect different artists. Like that's something I'm really excited about. Connect different artists that might not have known or met each other.
Yeah.
And seeing them collaborate and do things, and just like hopefully creating spaces where that can happen. And yeah.
That's dope. I love that. Continue to pay it forward. Continue to pay it forward and share your message. So thank you so much for blessing us with your story, your journey. You're incredible. You are a very bright power force, planting seeds in all the youth. Do you want to share a poem? Do you have a poem you want to share, or?
Ooh. Oh, okay.
You got one on your phone?
Hold on.
Oh, you got one?
Got my baby.
Yes. While you're doing that, where can people find you? You got any shows coming up? Your workshops coming up?
Actually got a workshop.
You got a workshop?
Thursday night at the Sac Poetry Center.
Okay. We'll say it in the mic. We'll wait till you're done.
My bad. I got a lot of stuff in this bag. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out. You got some books. We didn't even talk about your books. What's your book?
This is my first book. It's called Love Poems We Write Ourselves.
Love Poems We Write Ourselves.
Oh, let me get it up.
Yes.
Right,
Love Poems We Write Ourselves.
Published by Writer's Block Publishing.
That's right.
And
when did you publish that?
Huh?
When did you publish that?
This was actually from 2019.
Oh, okay.
And my other book is... This one's In Our Hearts Slowly Built the Thunder. Oh, hey, to the camera. It's called Poetry on How to Keep Going.
I love that.
It's actually a collection of poems and art by my friend Nikki Valencia, a.k.a. Soul Bunny.
Shout out Soul Bunny in the house.
But yeah, she did 9 unique canvases for the book, and they're all in there.
Nice.
You can get these on Amazon, but I'd rather you get them from me.
That's right.
Because they take too much.
Yeah, that's right. So you want to share a poem from one of them?
I'll share. I'll do one like that I do one? That I do for my kids, like that says like a to help them get their confidence.
So listen, everybody, this is to help you get your confidence. This is Dylan on the mic.
So a good friend once told me that fake confidence is still confidence. So here's an idea. Let them know this will be my year. No more letting fears blow up anxieties into excuses. Rage against the machine that doubts you. Let them know about you and the confidence that shines around you. Fed up with passive past ways, days spent popping pennies into wishing wells, waiting for something else to show up and be that magic that you needed. Be that magic. You are magical. So speak hope to your failures. Undig Southern California from beneath your toes, Georgia from beneath your tongue, and let an atlas sprout along your collarbone, a place to sing your dreams to. You will see the world. Live loudly in it. Grow the calluses in your palms into the poems your grandchildren will write one day. Say the words that are supposed to stay locked in your throat, because those are the ones that will matter. You matter. You matter. Exhale that mantra into the atmosphere and never let fear block out your light. Nothing you truly want will come easily. So some days you actually got to fight for it. So I say let's fight for it. I know Some days you fight with that alarm and the charm of rolling back into bed and giving up on this day. But I say, push past those covers and discover your passion. If you're an artist, get on your grind. The world deserves to see your greatness. I say these words with hands reaching out for forgiveness because I myself have doubted every single one. I've been in dark places, broken, homeless, and alone, but it was words like this and kind of faces at poetry readings helped dig me up when I was 5 feet under. I wonder if any of you will hear these words in your fight to reach further than you have before and help you meet that potential you keep locked behind closed doors that you're afraid to open. We're all naturally negative, with our tongue hiding in the attic of our throat, but there's beauty found in the battle against this inner doubt. You've got to act out your dreams until you realize this whole time you were never faking it. You were just making it. So I say, let's say this right here at the studio tonight. We're going to say it together. Ready? This will be my year.
This will be my year. Say it in the crowd.
Come on, crowd.
This will be my year. Yes, I love it.
This will be my month.
This will be my month.
This will be my week.
This will be my week.
This will be my day.
This will be my day.
This is my time.
This is my time.
Say
That's
it
right.
until you mean it, because
This is
it's
my
true.
time.
If no one else does, we right here believe in you.
That's right.
Hey.
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's
Okay.
right, Dylan. And yes, rhythm and rhymes. Yes, yes, yes. Look out for it. It's coming. You said you have a workshop coming up. Where is it at?
It's on Thursday, July 23rd at the Sac Poetry Center.
Okay.
If y'all hear this on Thursday, it'll be
Yes,
come through.
yes. Come through. What time?
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Okay. Where can people find you? Socials.
My social is Not Good or Bad Poetry.
Not Good or Bad Poetry.
All one line.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
Are you anywhere else?
You can also find Rhythm and Rhymes on Instagram.
Rhythm and Rhymes. That's right. Check it out, y'all. Check it out. Check it out. Thank you so much. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and check yourself. Check your mental health. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay.
Yes, I love it.
Thank you to the space, too.
Yes,
This is beautiful.
absolutely.